This is the Stardom Fan Show. It's not the Fan Stardom Show. This is my favorite show because it is our show. If this was your show, you probably like it more than we would. That's just because it was your show, but it's not your show. It's the Stardom Fan Show.
Welcome to the Stardom Fan Podcast, this week's special edition.
Hi.
I'm Mark, and with me today is the beautiful, the sexy, the bunny of all bunnies, the man, the legend, Juno. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. What is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. I watched Conversion finally a couple days ago. I was a little behind, and I was like, wow, this show is really good. This show is really good. This show is really good. And then I caught a spoiler, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go do something else.
You didn't just catch any spoiler. You were I was waiting to watch the show with you. You were like a week, but probably like a week behind watching this damn show. We're sitting there watching it for 4 hours. We're getting to the main event, and you're like, "Hey, I want to see if maybe there's any like friends in the Discord who want to watch this main event with us." And you not only get a spoiler for the main event, you get Suri not only holding the belt, but holding up a picture of her magazine cover where she's holding the belt. And I gotta say, I love Peach. She's like the king of spoiling stuff for me. The thing about him is when he spoils stuff, it's like every time he spoils like a major title change for me, it's always a different way. Like one time it'll be his profile picture. Another time it'll be like his banner on like his
That was a good one.
Another time he'll post it in our chats. It's like always unique. Another time his name will have like I don't know. Let's say like Saya's has a title defense, and then it's like right after he puts like a bird in his profile name. It's like I love it.
Hieropolis.
Shuri flew too close to the sun, like Icarus. Her wax wings melted. She ended the greatest New Japan world title reign of all time, dethrones Mayu Iwatani, and less than a month later loses it to someone who doesn't even go here, Suri. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm sure everyone who's watched it by now, and definitely by the time this podcast comes out. But I don't know. It's like I couldn't be mad because I just had it spoiled for me, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go play Fortnite while this plays in the background. And
that's exactly. That was one of the funnest. That was like one of the funnest moments of the night. So that's what you said is literally how it happened. I clicked on, and I was like, yeah, let me check on it. And I saw the picture. And what you need to know about Peachy Boy in the Discord is he's like the friendliest person in the entire world. So he sits every day. He comes on and he says good evening or whatever to everybody, and then he usually throws in a picture, and he just happened to throw that picture on, to which I was like, oh. And I was literally the match versus Shuri and Suri was loading up. I laughed my head off. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm done watching this show. And then I thought to myself, thank you, Peach, because I would have been really annoyed if I watched this long match and just for Shuri to lose.
Now, how long they think I'm kind of interested. I'm gonna look that up. When do you think that like Hanan debuted? Like what year? And how old do you think she was?
Oh, that's a good question.
She started at the age of 12 years old in 2017. She is a 9-year vet right now. That's longer than 90% of wrestlers have careers. And she's 20. Dude, imagine.
That's awesome.
I hope Hanan has a Ric Flair career where she just never retires. It's like wrestling when she's in her 60s. And she could say, I've been running the business for 50 years. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but how often could you say you've been in the business for 50 years and you're only 51 years old?
It's like, wait, it's like, hey, kid. It's like, I've been in the business for 40
Wait,
years.
how does that work?
She's gonna go up to like Cody Rhodes, like, hey, kid. Oh shit, has she been wrestling longer than Cody? Oh my god, this is a game we gotta play every week. Do you think this person has Hanan wrestled longer than XYZ?
Oh, that is genius. That is a brilliant game. All right, pick. We'll try it out right now. Find three
Okay,
wrestlers real
okay.
quick, and
Oh.
I'll see if I can figure it out.
Okay, here, Price is Right rules. Okay. I'll pick three wrestlers, and you got to tell me over or under. Like, has Hanan wrestled less or more than them, and by how much? So I'm gonna start with Cody Rhodes.
Perfect game.
Cody Rhodes, has Hanan wrestled longer
Cody
than Cody?
is over Hanan. No.
And what's the over under? I forgot.
Well, I think Cody probably started in WWE in 2010, so he was probably like wrestling early 2000s, huh?
Yeah, he's been around
Somewhere.
a while. Cody has started.
Cody, yeah, so
Cody
say,
started.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Cody had like 25 years in.
Cody started. He's had 2,100 matches and started in 2006. All right.
Oh, wow, yeah. See, that's the thing about like WWE too. By the time we see them, they've already like wrestled 2 careers in other promotions. Unless you're Roman. Actually, that's probably a good one. I think he's over too. He probably started in 2015 or 2013, right? Yeah, like the whole Shield stuff because they weren't indies, I don't think, right? They probably started with.
I think Roman was like before NXT was NXT. It was like Florida, whatever that Florida wrestling was. But I don't know what year that was.
Oh, the Florida Championship. Yo, was he in Cornette's hot tub?
Oh Jesus, this guy is like crazy, way older than I thought. Orange Cassidy. Well, maybe I gave it away there.
Over. And then wrestling years.
Orange Cassidy started wrestling in 2004. Wait, so the
Oh yeah,
Stone Cold retired in 2000.
So he's been wrestling more than Cody Rhodes.
Yes. No, actually, not even.
And then we got the Orange. The
Yeah.
reincarnation of Stone Cold is Orange Cassidy. I think you just put it together.
Stone Cold retired in 2003, and then 2004, Orange Cassidy bursts onto the scene. Asha Kong. I'm gonna go with Hernandez wrestled more than Asha Kong. What if we do more matches? How about that? More matches, because they wrestle a lot in Stardom.
That's interesting too.
Because, like, obviously, like, there's a lot of people you could say,
I'm
like,
trying to think.
Because there's a lot of people who, like, you know, they may wrestle like once a week, and Hernandez wrestling like 4 times a day. Sometimes no, but sometimes twice a day. Like a lot, like 3, 4, or 5 times.
All right,
a
you
week.
know what though? That was a good game though. That was a good game, so I appreciate the start. A little bit of tweaking because, as we found out, everybody started wrestling about 20 years ago in America. However, the fact that we should almost do the tweak of the game could be: has this wrestler wrestled longer than Hernandez been alive?
But do you have this action figure?
Why don't they have figures yet? That's why I get excited when they come to AEW. Like I'll grab myself a Mina action figure or a Mariah May action figure.
Reach out, sign a
like I have right now. Like I have a Kushida WWE action figure hanging up on my wall because I was never gonna get a Kushida New Japan figure. It was like I love it, yeah, because they don't like. Well, you know what? Maybe like who is the W though? With all the rest of the merch they make, how much would they have to sell an action figure for? I mean, they don't even go through all the trouble of making the action figures. They print out a card, they take a Polaroid, there's new towels that just came out with your favorite wrestler on it. So I guess they don't need the action figure market.
Yeah, I mean, they're so much more over than anyone in WWE or AEW. They just like, here, what's my merch? I took a photo of me brushing my teeth this morning. $30, please. And I
Whoa,
pay that.
guys, check it out. Type it on the internet. $30. That is a great deal. Pick me one up.
Unagi probably sells you the toothbrush.
Ugh.
Man, she's a hustler, man. I just saw something
yeah,
about. I know we're going
and the water she used.
we're going like off the rails, but like I saw a thing where I don't know how much it was, but Unagi did like her show at like Cork and Hall, and she was like did a video about how much money she lost and how she's like, I don't care, that was fun, I'll do it again. It's like she's like, you gotta spend money to make money.
She lost money.
Yeah, she lost so much money. It was like
Yeah, producing a show
I
wasn't.
thought it was like 200K or something like that she lost. Turns out,
How much more do you know about it? Like who helped produce it? Like who did the ring and the production and everything? Because even like Natsupoi and Sayori's, like Stardom produced it, even though they booked it and funded it for some reason.
I don't know. Oh, I was gonna look. Speaking of that, like that was a crazy successful
Spark.
show. I think it's the crossover shows like up with New Japan are obviously the biggest attendance that Stardom has ever done. The Saoriano Natsupoi show that they put together, what was the attendance there? Okay, 2837. That's like probably maybe more attendance that was at
Well, it
Conversion.
beat this past weekend. That's not too shabby.
Yeah, its Conversion had 2521. So
Where was?
it beat the latest Stardom pay-per-view by 300 people in attendance. And they're both in let's see, that was in Tokyo and that Natsupoi show. They're both in Tokyo, just different buildings. Mark, would you like to see a social media minute?
Yeah, let's pop into it. That's a beautiful transition.
Sure. It's a transition. I don't know. I just wanted to show.
Well, you asked me a question, and then I said yes. Any excuse to show me the picture of Utami that I've been no selling for the first 20 minutes of the show?
No, I just wanted to stare at her.
Why is Utami in a shark suit?
Because she's a cute little shark. She likes sharks. She's a
all
shark.
right.
That's all that is. I thought this photo was really cool. With Sayori, I'm sorry, Starlight Kid is gonna die. It's like he's trying to grab. Why was this loading so damn slow? Oh my goodness. This is how you get fucking murdered in the ring, dropped on your head. Starlight Kid grabbing Sayori by the chin. This is one of my favorite rivalries in all of Stardom.
Yeah, Starlight's gonna screw up, and like you don't get lucky this many times against Sayori. Sayori, you get another match against Sayori, you're not the white belt champion anymore. That's just how it works. Zero chance. The real effing cool Sayori gets another shot at Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid. It might not be walking the rest of the week.
And on I think one of these house shows, Natsupoi stepped up and challenged Saya. So we could have in a month's span Sayori and Natsupoi failing to win the tag team titles and then winning the red and white belts. That would be cool. I think they got screwed over.
That would be cool. But it also seems reverse. Like in my mind, Sayori is like the greatest wrestler in the world, and Natsupoi is
so Sayori should have the working.
So I think Sayori should be.
And Natsupoi is like.
Oh, this is how this is gonna work.
Natsupoi is the face of the company. That makes sense.
Natsupoi, for some reason, Natsupoi likes fighting her friends. And Sayori likes beating up her friends. So one of these two are going to win one of those belts, and in December they're going to fight each other.
Oh,
That's just how that's going to work. And Sayori's going to be the next red belt champion. After,
Okay.
but that's assuming after Natsupoi.
that's Sayori.
Sayori or Natsupoi will be a champion at the end of the year, and at one point they'll fight each other for the belt. I think that's the belt, either red or white. Probably, I don't know. Probably white. I don't know that. I don't think that Natsupoi's beating Saya. I don't think that's right.
Sayori can. Sayori should.
Yes, I think so. Well, all right. Well, let's play this game now. Who should Sayori lose to? I can think of maybe one person.
Just in the company in general.
I think of there. Okay, so I mean, in all of Stardom, shit, you can go all of the world for all I care. Bring men involved. Sayori's whooping them all except for one or two. But like, all right, so I got one person, of course, that I think would probably Sayori and her would be 50-50. I think you get Sayori and Saya Kamatani together. I think that's close to a coin flip chance too. But if they say the whole, maybe 6 out of 10, I think Sayori should beat Saya more than Saya would beat Sayori if they were to have like a best of 7 series. I think it would be like a 4-3. Do you have thoughts other than that? I think I know I ask you a question, I answer it, but real quick, I think Shuri's the only other one because I'm that Shuri mark where I think Shuri should beat everyone. I think if Sayori became the champion tomorrow, the only person she'd ever have to watch out for was Shuri.
I think you're forgetting Lady C. That's always my
They're not going for the white or for the futures title.
Well, maybe they should change the rules
I
for
thought
Sayori.
I was going to help you out. I was like, well, why are you why are you thinking Kurara for the red belt? And why didn't I think of that? Do you think the Kurara storyline's gone?
No, Kurara is the greatest thing to happen to wrestling. John Cena killed wrestling, and Kurara brought it back to life. That's what I think. No, I think Kurara should.
That's probably really true.
Kurara should beat Saya. It's actually kind of frustrating.
I feel like they should.
You think about all the stars, like Mina's gone, Mike is gone for the foreseeable future. Tam is gone. Mayu's gone. Think about Utami left. Julia left. All their stars are leaving, and it's like you want to make some new fucking stars. You gotta let Kurara. You gotta let the beast out of the cage. Let her challenge for some white belts, some red belts. Amy's really freaking good. Lady C. That's my top 3. Always will be.
Hey, well, let's pause.
Hanako.
Yeah, so you brought up Ammy, and it's sort of now you're talking. So you bring up Ammy, and instantly, maybe we'll go back and forth. There's no reason to cover Conversion completely, but Conversion was Amy's comeback match, and she.
Oh, I saw. Yeah.
Sometimes only it's Stardom. It does Ammy. The big anticipated return of this girl. It's been a year and a half or whatever. Ammy comes back. Ammy looks great. She's.
While you talk about it.
Yeah, please. Because Ammy. Yeah, well, it's exciting. I mean, the match sucked because it was a hate match, like a multi-person hate match, but it was hate first. God's eye, Ammy was back, right? She looked like $1 million for someone, who wasn't wrestling. She was still obviously able to hit the gym. New gear, was awesome. She started the match. She ended the match. She wasn't nursing any injuries. She was kicking ass and was looking great doing it. But the shenanigans happen and missed the faces or Baraka's box was all over her face or something crazy happened. And Saya ends up pinning Ammy on
You
Ami's
are
return. I was
obsessed with
stunned.
that box. It's crazy. You
Well,
really
Baraka's
like
box is in my top 5 favorite wrestlers in Stardom.
her box is your favorite wrestler?
Well, I mean, Baraka's also there. Juno in a match like all right let me tell you something. All right, so I'm looking at a match. The 8 members in this match are Ami, Lady C, Rana Yagami, and Kiyoka, that girl in the pink that kicks a lot and it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Then we have Sayaka versus Sayaka Mitani, Momo Watanabe, Rina, and the turncoat Kanami herself. If I was like, I'm looking at this, and I'm not suggesting there's any scripts involved. Just on skill alone, I can see out of these 8 girls, at least 6 other options that should have lost this match, other than superstar magnificent Ami on her return.
She got fucked. First of all, you're forgetting the part where Hate jumps the ring, holds down Lady C on her knees, and hands Ami a chair. They're trying to like convert Ami to join Hate. They want Ami to bash her teammate Lady C over the head. One half of what is their tag team name? It's Tokyo Towers. Is that what it is, or are they the Sky Trees? Whatever. They want Ami to bash her tag team partner over the head, and she didn't do that. And so like that was pretty funny. Ami throws the chair they hand her like away, and they all like let go of Lady C and start beating Ami's ass like 6-on-1. And then Ami fights back because she's like a monster.
That came after a whole bunch of miscommunications, if you will. Like I think Kiyoka kicked Ami in the face on accident. Lady C accidentally clotheslines Ami. So there's a certain point where, was it?
Gotta get your
Did you say it was
chemistry back.
Momo handed her the chair?
Oh, I didn't even think about
Well, that's
that.
true, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Momo.
Yeah. So they were building to like Ami.
That's like a Hate move right there. Momo smashed Azumi over the head with a chair. Saya faked out that she was gonna smash Momo with the chair and then didn't. So it's like that's one of their go-to moves. I love the after-match thing where they screw over Ami and she loses her big comeback match after being gone from injury, and Saya takes the mic and she goes, "Hey Ami, this is to celebrate your return." She goes, "The landscape of Stardom has changed while you were resting. My good friends in God's Eye, you should just keep drowning at the bottom for the rest of your life." And Ami was pissed. She goes, "God's Eye is not at the bottom." She goes, "The landscape of Stardom has changed." And this is funny. Like, she's like, "Of course, I've seen it up close and personal. How would I not know that? Just as you guys have your own way of doing things, we'll become stronger our own way as God's Eye. I'll definitely crush all of you, Hate. I will definitely take your place," talking about Saya. But I just found that so funny. So Saya says, "While you've been gone resting," and Ami has been on commentary for like 8 months. And Saya's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice."
Yeah, you caught that too when you were reading the translation. I'm like, yo, that shit is funny. I just want to ask, do you think so we already have Natsupoi and Starlight. I mean, Ami and Starlight, or I'm Natsupoi and Saya. So I mean, Ami and Saya sounds like a no-brainer too sometime, huh?
Yeah. She's gonna run her
And
way.
Ami, I mean, that just feels like another one that has a chance to win. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what she said, I guess, huh? She's gonna go through all of Hate.
Well, that just shows you about that pay-per-view. It's like when our favorite match is the show opener, the Futures match. It's like it wasn't Well, it definitely wasn't a great pay-per-view in my
Oh,
opinion,
yeah,
but that match was
that's
amazing.
was it the pay-per-view wasn't that great, or that the first match was so much better than the last match?
Both.
I mean, they started off with the greatest. First of all, Hina. I mean, this
We
is 12 minutes for a futures match. I mean, this is a singles match between Rian and Hina, which, like, if they usually put in 6 minutes, that's long. So 12 minutes and 33 seconds of this match. And boy, did you end up going back and watching it? Because Rian kicked out of everything. Hina's big ending. And then at some point, there was a Gato clutch. I'm like, all right, this is finally it. Rian kicks out of that. Rian does a super stone cold Rian stunner off the
Oh, yeah.
freaking top rope, and Hina kicks out. And I'm like, this was that match. And I tell you what, where we saw it start to happen a year ago, the Kurara love.
Yeah.
Boy, you could start hearing like the rumblings of the Rian chants coming up. I mean, one, these crowds love an underdog, but something's building here for this one, huh?
Yeah, dude, I was telling you like when she was facing it's like her and Waka versus like Restart, Sayori and Natsupoi. And that match was like that might be match of the month. Well, except for this match. She might have the 2 matches of the month. For sure. I love Rianne. She like she just got that way of just like getting thrown around like a rag doll, and the way she just gets back up and keeps fighting back. It's amazing. And
She's also sort of got the
she's got
it,
the
it was the
perfect
same thing with
literal baby
Kurara, where
face.
you're putting a
So just like you want to see her not, you want to see her fight back and win.
yeah, but unlike Kurara, she doesn't always look like she's crying. You're right, she gets beat up, and then she's like, "Now it's my turn to beat you up." I thought with the similarities, I think, because I mean, Kurara just felt like she came on the scene in rocket strap time. I almost feel like she should be holding the red belt right now. That would have like finished that crazy story. But Rian seems the same sort of thing. Like they're both put in factions where I don't know. Wasn't Rian just kidnapped by Micah and then they're on social media drinking beer together? And now Rian, just her personality, her wrestling, she's like the cream that's rising to the top, and she's with Micah gone, Mina gone. I mean, why is E Nexus Venus is still a thing, I guess, but like Rian is basically where I thought Waka would end up being. And that was sort of the same thing with Kurara. This girl, Kurara, you put in a team. I mean, it didn't hurt that Tam Nakano literally fell in love with you, but you put her in the Cosmic Angels with Sayori, Natsupoi, Tam Nakano, and you become the biggest star. I mean, goddamn, this right. Stardom is fine, like with those 2 examples alone. Like it is amazing the bench, the young talent they have.
I mean, if they do something with them, she faced Saya, and now she's just kind of sitting there on the bench. She's back at back. You can't go. How do you go from being like the hottest act and like with the highest attendance, and Kurara's a part of all that? Yes, it's like Tam and Saya, but Kurara's right there with them all. And then she like wins the Cinderella, gets a main event spot against Saya for the world championship, and now she's back being a curtain jerker. Like, come on. You got to get better at that. You got to treat her like the star that she is, baby. She
Yeah, the
should be. She should be getting a private jet.
I don't feel like that should have ended. Yeah, I mean, there's still a half a year to make things right or do something. So Sayaka Kurara being in the 5-star could be fun. I mean, that's where stuff like Ammy in the 5-star could be fun too. Because if Saya's in it, Saya's gonna get a couple losses. And dude, if Kurara gets her win, even in a non-title match and just a block match, and maybe it's Saya's only loss is in the 5-star, yo, that is so good. That's almost sure you Tommy good, and maybe they can run it back. But I mean, we sit there and we're watching, so I mean we're Kurara's #1 fans. But in the conversion, you know, she's teaming back up with Aya Sakura, and now I'm watching this match, and I'm like, yo, Aya is really fucking good too.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't be amazed. Like we've said it before, but you put Kurara and Aya, and you make them tag teams. Like I'm shit. Put them in tag league and let them roll through it, and then they're your champions for the next 5 years.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Someone's got to win. There's actually, I will give them. They've been doing Wingori is like a great tag team. Like I've complained about the tag team division being total shit, but that's like every wrestling company. No one respects tag team wrestling anymore. But Wingori, going from Wingori to Aya and Kurara would be amazing. They're both amazing tag teams. Then we can go from that. We can get Shuri and Saki Kashima, Lady C and Ammy. There's so many good teams. They got to build up their tag division again. Remember when the artist belts were like the most important titles in like all of wrestling? When we went from My Himi Poi to Cosmic Angels to My Himi Poi.
Oh, the artist spells. Yeah, the artist spells are so fucking good. I don't even know who the artist champions are now.
No.
Half a Neo Genesis.
Isn't it just a Neo Genesis problems? Because we had the same conversation about them. Like, do they still have a high speed champion? I assume it's May, but like on the last pay per view we were watching, she didn't even come out with the belt. I don't think. But you know, the problem is, I feel like they got to get away from like the New Japan system that I absolutely despise, where it's like nothing. Like they have all these young talent that they can like book to be stars, but like they book everything around like the 2 tournaments of the year, and like none of the rest of the year doesn't even matter. Like they'll just go months where it just feels like they're putting together like filler pay-per-views just so they can get to the Cinderella or the 5-star.
I'm a sucker for a tournament, but I also agree with you because we're sort of in a lull now, and we sort of brought up, some the matches like even Conversion had the IWGP belt, but Conversion's usually one of my favorite shows of the year, and it comes in on the heels of Dominion every year. So like usually, if you're a Japanese wrestling fan, you love this month, and yeah, this didn't really have. Maybe it's a me problem because I just don't. I'm not a Sari fan, so maybe she does have the drawing power, and obviously does because she books her own shows. But the yeah, it just felt like there's a lull this time of year, but there doesn't need to be. Even if you're booking, like you said, around the 3 main tournaments, and then but like there's no reason not to.
I forgot about tag team. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not. Yeah, but even with that said, there's not a reason not to have during the lull times not to have an artist. The artist championships go up, the high speed championships go up. Throw the white belt up. I mean, because you challenge for it after the Cinderella, and then what are you doing? Nothing for 8 months?
Suzu's team is facing Neo Genesis, and it looks like Neo Genesis is gonna win, but then they get a new big enforcer, Bozilla, one of the wrestlers that I dislike the most in the entire world, and she starts beating the hell out of all of Neo Genesis. And I'll say, I tell you what, you want me to root for Azumi? Have this like big German bitch beat up on people who don't even go here. It's like Azumi, beat her ass. I really want to. I want to see that.
You said that after the show. You said, "I can't believe after all these years
that's
that
all it
I'm
took to get me
for
to
Azumi."
That's all it.
Stardom did such a good job. They booked Bozilla, so I have to be an Azumi fan at least for a night.
That's all it took. That's what I said. It's like, if you have siblings, you're allowed to like, beat them up a little bit, but you don't want anybody else coming in and like messing with them. It's like we both say we hate that shit. I hate when people who aren't even like in Stardom come and like beat up on our girls. So yeah, of course, Team Azumi, baby.
Do you see? I assume she's got the contract or whatever, which I guess makes Mi Vida Loca even stronger by having some monster.
Mozilla's so bad. I can't wait for you to see. But then again, you might like Mozilla. What do I know? Time will tell.
Well, I told because I didn't watch when we were watching it on the in the stream. We had a watch along in Discord. That happens every now and again. Go to our Discord, stardomfan.com, or click in the show notes. But I said because a lot of you guys watch everything, and I don't watch Marigold, so this was the first I ever saw. So as a run-in, a big monster girl like throwing her weight around, and she was strong. Like it didn't suck for someone that's never seen her before. That's funny.
What else did you want to talk about?
All right, let's well, let me do this, and then if we have anything else that comes up afterwards, but we must end every show with a big thank you. Thank you to everyone
Yes.
for watching. I mean, and listening and doing what you do. If you're on YouTube, all our stuff can be found on the podcast, and you can search like any podcast grabber you're on or any program, and just search Stardom Fan, and we're right up there. So you can listen to us in audio wherever you go. If you are on the podcast, you can go to the YouTube, search Stardom Fan, same thing. All our links are on stardomfan.com, including the Discord that we've been talking about, and where a lot of the fun happens, including our friend here who joined us, Ropolos, Enigma, Chicken Fam, and Grizz. Grizz didn't even say anything in chat. He just came in and freaking poi bombed you with a Ko-fi donation. How do you like that shit, huh? That is top notch, is what that
Thank
is.
you. Yes.
No, that's generous, guys. Thanks for the $1 for your boys. Oh, and it wouldn't be even close to right. You can also support us, as you heard, with a coffee donation, and on Patreon. It's basically just general support, but we do include a few things, such as a very sincere thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chicken is not only the top kawaii, but he is the Stardom fan icon. Thanks, buddy.
Oh no, another poi bomb.
チキンキムファームイズザトップカワイイオブザコスモスポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイマユポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイマユ岩谷ポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイポイ
Poi. Is it over?
Wow. Hey, Juno. Why do nurses always carry red pens?
Why?
So they can draw blood.